Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Employee Baltimore Show. It is an amazing day in Baltimore. The weather is great. People are really outside, y'all. I was on my way from a meeting to come and to be able to do the show, and I saw people outside. We are blessed, privileged, and grateful as always to be able to bring you up-to-the-minute information around hiring, and today's show is going to be amazing because I got my guy, Mr. Dre Beck himself, Andre Beckles of the Mayor's Office of Employment Development, but he is the access point to all things Baltimore Peninsula. You like, what is the Baltimore Peninsula? What's that? I'm talking about what used to be Port Covington and all of that great work. It's a little city within the city down there. Great work, great opportunities. He's going to be our guest today. I am actively right now, and I need you to do the same thing. I'm going to my device, and I am going to the Baltimore City Mayor's Office of Employment Development page, and I'm sharing this broadcast to my page. I share under the tag jobs, because I want people to know. I ain't got to go in great detail to let you know that when you jump on this show today, you're going to hear about some real good information concerning work. And today it's going to be in the hospitality industry. So if you are one of those people that work in any facet of hospitality and you're interested in hearing about an amazing opportunity to work for a great business that's here in Baltimore, you need to be on this broadcast. All right, like it, love it, share it, tag people in the comments so that they'll get a notification to come right on in, because as I said, we are bringing you up-to-the-minute information on employment as it's happening in real time in Baltimore. Before we go to anything else, I got my orange and my black on. That's right, y'all. It is baseball season. The Birds of Summer are down in Florida getting ready for opening day. And man, listen, I've been catching a lot of the scores from the pregame stuff. Well, that's not what it's called. Preseason stuff that's going on down there. And man, the bats have been on fire. We've made some big trades and big deals. Y'all, I'm excited about this season coming because y'all know last year we finished first place in the entire American League. We came up a little short in the playoffs, but the adjustments and improvements that are necessary to take that thing to the next level are happening right now. So make sure that you are tuned in. I'm Baltimore. That's y'all know me. I am Baltimore is one of my favorite hashtags. So I'm a hometown guy. If you root for one of them other teams, we can be friends. We can have a good conversation. But I'm orange and black Orioles all day. Likewise, it's exciting. Even though the Birds of fall and winter are not playing games, it is time for stuff like free agency. They just had the combine over the weekend. Rumors are flying about big name free agents coming to Baltimore. The team is being tooled and adjusted. Who's staying and who's going? We do know that our all-pro defensive lineman, Mr. Justin Matabike, got the franchise tag put on him, so he's not going anywhere. He led our team in sacks last year. We haven't had a defensive lineman lead the team in sacks in years, but he was able to get to the quarterback, and you know you aren't doing anything if you cannot rush the passer in this league. And in our particular division where we got Mr. Joe himself, Joe Burrow, you better be able to get to the quarterback if you want to be able to win. So, y'all, it's exciting times even around the Ravens, even though they're not playing games. They making moves. All right. Listen, last thing I want to talk about on the sports front, really not the sports front, but on the Baltimore excellence front, Baltimore Black excellence front, is the CIAA tournament. First of all, shout out to the Fayetteville State ladies and the Lincoln University men on being crowned champions for the CIAA tournament. The games were amazing. So many people that I heard and I spoke to said that they really enjoyed the games, that things was even taken to a different level this year than it was last year. But the thing that I want to talk about is that the real winner again is Baltimore and the residents and citizens of Baltimore. Baltimore, y'all did this thing again in excellence. We ain't hear nothing about no crime. We ain't hear nothing about none of that. Y'all, as I said before, Baltimore Black Excellence, y'all know these are the HBCUs coming together to do this thing. All of the resources. I had people talking to me about the job fair with some of our team members, including our amazing producer, Miss Katanya Lester. Gotta shout her out, was down there at the job fair. Man, people were on fire because, again, the CIAA tournament came to Baltimore for the second year in a row, and amazing things took place, y'all. So again, that's the CIAA tournament. Let's get to these announcements about what's happening in and around the Mayor's Office of Employment Development. As you always know, we kick this thing off with our now hiring job board. That's moed.baltimorecity.gov/job board, moed.baltimorecity.gov/job board for up-to-the-minute information on employment. What makes this different than and better than Indeed, Monster, and all those other things? There's a real live staff person. Y'all know some of the difficulty is you don't know if them things are active, how long they've been out there, if they didn't fill the position. There's a real live staff person making sure that the information that's on here is up to the minute, and there's a person connected to it. One of our amazing business service representatives have worked to build the relationship for you to be able to get immediate access, streamline, not a lot of red tape to the positions that you find on our job board. So again, I need you to go to moed.baltimorecity.gov/job board for your up-to-the-minute information in and around employment. All right, y'all, the Workforce Reception Center March Madness Career Fair. Y'all know it's about that time in college basketball, but this madness is the madness of getting people employed. Shout out to my man who supervises that region of our work, Mr. Darrell Falls. I call him the GOAT. People know me and know what I do, but I'm always second seat to my big brother. That brother is the truth, and his team is amazing. Shout out to Miss Joy Brown, Mr. Brian Harrison, and Miss Delia Miss Delia, I can't think of Delia's last name. I'm tripping right now, y'all. But Delia Henry, for the great work that they're doing, and the entirety of their team. Katanya Lester, part of that team, is Deirdre Moore Durant. But on Thursday, March 21st, 2024, at 100 West 23rd Street, you need to be in the building from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. They got security. They got environmental services and environmental labor. They got health care. They got more security, medical billing, medical assistance. And I know what that Randstad means. That means one of my favorite people, one of the legends of that building, going to be in the building. Miss Cookie herself is going to be there. Y'all make sure y'all get there. Shoppers Market is going to be there, in Southwest Airlines. Y'all need to make sure that you are there so that you can get your opportunity at this March Madness Career Fair happening at the one and only Workforce Reception Center, 100 West 23rd Street, where I started my career. All right. Antonio Hayes, the senator, my man, great dude, been doing great things in and around the legal realm, is putting on his 40th district job fair. And as you can imagine, the Mayor's Office of Employment Development, y'all, because we where it's happening at, are partnering with him to get this open. It says, listen, explore diverse career opportunities from local businesses, network with employers and community leaders, connect with bilingual job seekers, and embrace diversity in the workforce. Elevate your career with valuable insights, healthcare, manufacturing, apprenticeship, construction, retail, you name it. Y'all remember that. Beans, greens, potatoes. Y'all got it later. Amen. Wednesday, April 17, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. It is literally centered in the 40th Legislative District at 1410 Bush Street. That's right, y'all. Y'all know it as the Union Building, the Maryland Union Building, but we want you to come down there and make sure you can get your next opportunity. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. It is a Baltimore Peninsula type of day, a ball pen type of day, if you like that. I'll be honest with you, it had to grow on me. It had to really grow on me. I was Port Covington all day when they went through the naming process and they came up with this, and I was like, oh man, that's gonna take some growing on. The ball pen, the Baltimore Peninsula. Well, Mr. Baltimore Peninsula is here himself from an MOED perspective. Anyway, we are talking about my man. This brother is super talented. I've had the privilege of being able to work alongside him. I even supervised him for a brief moment and was right there excited when he left my team because promotion had found him. He's been down there and he's been at the center of all things employment when it comes down to the Baltimore Peninsula and has done a masterful job. I'm talking about the one and only, my main man, Mr. Andre Beckles. What's up, Dre?
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm excited to talk to you, man. You've been literally holding it down there. It's been years now many transitions. I ain't talking about small transitions. I'm talking about your direct leadership and the entirety of the people that was working the project. Captain Plank said we got to shift some things, but the one thing that's been consistent is my man, my brother, Mr. Dre Beck. Dre, it is exciting the times in Baltimore, period, and specifically down at the Peninsula, man. Tell the people a little bit about yourself and your journey.
No, indeed. So, Andre Beckles, I am the Baltimore Peninsula Local Hiring Law Project Coordinator. I always say that's a mouthful of a title. It very much is, but pretty much I make sure Baltimore City residents get hired at Baltimore Peninsula, and I make sure that everybody, all the tenants that come through, make sure they pretty much play fair and encourage hiring Baltimore City residents, encouraging fair wage, encouraging fair hours, and just also promoting all the opportunities that we have coming to Baltimore in itself.
With economic justice being one of our focuses, man, that is huge because we've seen so many different things come and the people who are here not have access to them. Making sure that there were accessible opportunities specifically to people who had traditionally been disenfranchised is a huge focus of MOED. Tell us a little bit about what it was like with the weight of that responsibility for that project, which is a huge project. It's literally a city within a city, right? That huge project that's gone out over years. What is it like? What has it been like for you to have the weight of that on your shoulders?
It's a huge weight, actually. Coming into the project, I didn't start from the beginning. So pretty much coming in after somebody and then taking on this large role was a tremendous task. But pretty much how I did, I made sure I kept everything organized and kept that open line of communication with those the tenants and really the contractors, because you have to create relationships with them. The better my relationship is with the contractor, the better I can be able to assist with creating new jobs. Be like, hey, I got this guy. I have this electrician over here. He's great for the position. I know you like me, you trust me. Give this guy a chance, and that's happened multiple and many times.
Man, so many people don't realize that really our secret sauce is relationships, building trust, and all of that. And it makes it really, really important that we deliver on the promises that we make. You have any numbers for us up to now as to what it's been like, all of the opportunities that's come through your hands? Just a ballpark or anything so people can really understand the impact of your work on that huge long-term project.
Yeah. So I think in 2023, I met with about 143, say 100, between 140 and 150 new contractors that came onto the project to do work. Each of those contractors didn't have opportunities, but the ones that did, they have about 200 job openings. So just the amount of opportunities that I've helped create and shape and bring to Baltimore City residents, over 200 job opportunities. So that's a achievement. And definitely a triumph that I can say I've had, and then a blessing that I can be able to bring to the city.
And let me kind of bring that home for y'all, man. Traditional human resources departments, they don't do recruitment and all of that. Andre is the guy that when they say we need people, he handles all of that. So don't underestimate what it's like to have filled those 200 positions, right? Because this brother is the person that makes sure that people get into those 200 positions, man. Andre, I've always had big respect for you, brother, and I'm excited about the work that you do, and working alongside you has been great. Let's talk about what we're here to talk about today. Clyde's at Rye Street. You got another job fair you've done, man. I've been there to see many of the fairs that you've done. Masterful work, but you got another one. Tell us a little bit about this one.
So Clyde's in itself. So Clyde's, as many people might remember, or hopefully remember, Clyde's had a location in Columbia. Great restaurant. Well, they closed down, I think, amidst COVID, and now they're coming back with a Baltimore location. So Clyde's restaurant is American cuisine with a lot of, and they're adding a lot of hometown touches to their menu. I had a sneak peek of the menu and just believe they thought of Baltimore when creating it, for sure. So let's talk about a little bit about the fair in itself, all right? So we have it coming up on next week, March 13th. It's from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And the positions that they have available, let me go ahead and pull them up. So the positions that they have, we have hosts, front waiters, back waiters, bartenders, bussers, line cooks, prep cooks, dishwashers, restaurant managers, and sous chefs. So everything from the front to dishwashers, they have positions open. And this is actually an exact number. They're looking for 193 people. So they're filling 193 positions. So just imagine a restaurant coming to Baltimore, invested in Baltimore, and looking to hire 190 plus Baltimore City residents.
193 opportunities, y'all. That's huge. That's huge in any city, but it's huge here in Baltimore because we're talking about the great debate that's recently gone on with the shift in the minimum wage. If y'all don't know, there were people that were trying to figure out what's best for the hospitality industry. Do we keep wait staff at a lower wage with a tip, or how is it going to rock? First of all, some businesses were talking about going out of business. We got a new business being established, reestablishing itself here in Baltimore. And secondly, 193 positions. That's huge.
It is. It is
That's
huge.
huge.
As we know, as restaurants open, they're going to try to source from their existing locations. So they have one in Rockville. They have a location in DC. So they're going to get a few positions from those locations. But I'm still striving and really encouraging Clyde's to hire locally. Because if you want somebody, you want the resident, you want the patrons to feel welcome. You want the job seekers and actually employees to get to work, I'll say, on time, because we know how traffic is sometimes in Maryland. Hiring locally is the best bet.
I think that's one of the great things I love about the peninsula is the understated sometimes and underrated aspect of it is location. Right there off of 95. It don't matter if you're coming from east side, west side, up north, down south. It's accessible to people. And this is a huge deal, man, that a restaurant like Clyde's is replanting this flag right here in downtown Baltimore. Tell people a little bit about what they can expect when they come to, or how they should show up at the job fair if they really want to be taken serious.
Got you. So how you should show up to a job fair. So it is a restaurant. So we're in the hospitality realm, culinary realm. You definitely want to still show up dressed to impress. So having the business attire, but then you could also still wear restaurant attire. So if you're a server, you could wear. Mom, help me out. What do servers wear?
They wear everything. They always got their all black on.
All black. Like the cooks, the sous chefs, having on the smocks and the different attire that comes.
Those white lab coat looking things they wear. I don't know the lingo, brother. You tell me. I'm gonna tell you the way it come to me.
Yeah. You know what it looks like when you're a restaurant. So a lot of the all black, when it comes to the restaurant managers, for sure, suit and tie, because you have to be presentable if you want to be in that position. And Clyde's is a more of an upscale restaurant. They still have some homey vibes to it, but it's definitely more towards the upscale aspect. So just dress to impress and dress for the position.
Dress to impress, y'all. Look like you belong. Look like the role. Is there any information that you want to give to the people? I know we talked about date, time, location. How about resumes and things of that nature, man? What's going to set you ahead of the pack?
Oh, yeah. So on your resume, you definitely want to express all the experience you have. So whether it's any prior restaurant experience, you definitely want to make sure you have those skills highlighted, not physically highlighted, but make sure you have those skills highlighted. And then even if you haven't been in a restaurant industry before, make sure you have those transferable skills. And when you actually have those transferable skills and be able to speak on them in an interview, because as we know, everybody doesn't have prior restaurant experience, but those transferable skills are valuable regardless of whatever field you're in before. If you can come to a restaurant environment, have customer service, being able to take orders, being able to seat guests, being able to run a business, run that restaurant in itself, then you'd be a great fit.
Well, Andre, I can't wait to come and pull up down there. I ain't coming for no job. I'm coming to sit down and see what they got on the menu. Bro, I told you I have such an amazing amount of respect for the work that you've done, because you've had to do a lot of transition and so many things that could, make a person come unglued. And yet you always the rock, though. I can give you that. You always the rock and solid, man. And I appreciate the great work that you've always added to us as an agency. Any final words that you want to give to people about this opportunity? Just, if you had an audience of thousands right now, what you want to tell them to make sure that they get down there and get one of them 193 opportunities?
One thing I want to tell people. This restaurant is coming to Baltimore, so I need Baltimore to show up and show out. If you want an opportunity, come as best as you can, so we can show restaurants and show establishments that are coming from out of town that want to come here to Baltimore that we actually have talent, that we have people that are willing to work, that we have people that are qualified. Because, against popular belief, or might be popular belief, people don't think residents here in Baltimore are qualified for various positions. Let's show them wrong. Let's show them differently. And I'm not saying that's Clyde's output or Clyde's viewpoint, but just in general, I want to make sure that Baltimore shows up.
But that's what I mean. That's one of the major pushes for the peninsula, is to get the businesses down there so that the promise of opportunities can come. And Clyde is stepping up to do that. Help the people understand a little bit about that, though, Dre, about just that push to make sure that businesses are there for those opportunities now that much of the first phase of the project is done.
Correct. So as a company, so MAG Partners is the developer for the project. MAG Partners is specifically going out and targeting specific companies to come to Baltimore, companies that aren't already here. And then my job is to be able to promote and pitch Baltimore along with Shanair Carter, but be able to promote and pitch Baltimore and the talent and the talent pool that we have to pitch to these employers. Like, hey, you're new to this market, you're new to this industry. Well, you're new to this market. Come into this market. Let me show you what we have to offer, and that it will be a beneficial and actually fruitful opportunity for you.
And all you got to do, Baltimore, at this point is show up, because my man Dre Beck is a workforce strategist, export extraordinaire. All of the heavy lifting and hard work has been done. All you have to do, can we get the flyer up one more time? Madam Producer, we talking about March 13th, 2024 from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. That don't mean show up at 3 o'clock hoping that one of the positions is still there. One of the things I do know about the hospitality industry as a whole and restaurants, they will hire on the spot.
Yeah.
Don't pull up short and you see us breaking down talking about they got everything they need.
It's 3 o'clock. We're finished at 3 o'clock. So
yeah, absolutely. Too late to party.
Get there at 11 a.m. Please don't show up at 2:50 thinking the opportunity will still be there.
All right, y'all. That's Wednesday, March 13th, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. 301 Mission Boulevard, Baltimore, Maryland, 21230. The GPSs have been updated.
Yes.
Because for a minute, your GPS wasn't no help.
Project.
The GPSs have been updated to help get you to where you need to get to down there. Make sure that now that the GPS is right, and my main man, the workforce strategist himself, that has been at the forefront and on the ground of what's been taking place, whether it was the Port Covington project to the Baltimore Peninsula, now Clyde's coming, great restaurant, Mr. Andre Dre Beck himself, Beckles, has done the legwork. You got to come out and get that bag. Come on down and get your bag. Open positions again. Hosts, front waiters, back waiters, bartenders, bus line cooks, bussers, line cooks, prep cooks, dishwashers, restaurant managers, sous chefs, y'all. They got all of it there. Make sure you show up on March 13th. That's Wednesday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. One last time, man. Again, big shout out to you, Dre. The great work that you have been doing down there. A true workforce strategist, one that I have huge respect for. Man, just keep doing what you're doing, man. We're gonna make Baltimore better, man. Economic justice is us. We the gatekeepers to make sure that the economic justice that we talk about actually gets to the people. King Cash want to know what's the pay. I don't know what insight you have to that information as of yet, because hospitality is a little different.
It is.
But I'm gonna go ahead and give you a chance to holler back at King Cash.
So I don't want to quote anything incorrect. So put my email address up there, andre.beckles@baltimorecity.gov. And then that way I'll be able to shoot out any wages once I confirm with the HR director at Clyde's. So it's andre.beckles@baltimorecity.gov.
All right, y'all. Andre.beckles@baltimorecity.gov. One last time, thank you for coming on the show and talking about this great opportunity. And y'all, listen, be on the lookout, because they are in the phase where tenants are coming in to the peninsula and opportunities are coming with it. You always gonna hear about it here first, because we literally have the responsibility of making sure that people get connected to those opportunities. And again, economic justice at the forefront of what we do. We making sure that they do right when you come.
Indeed. Appreciate you having me today, Marvin.
Man, no problem. Thank you again. Big shout out to our producer, Miss Katanya Lester, behind the scenes, always making the magic happen, y'all. She books the show. She plans everything. All I got to do is sit down and do what I do best, which is talk. Y'all listen, don't miss this opportunity. Continue to tune in every Thursday at 2 p.m. so that you're able to get connected immediately to the opportunities. If she want me to talk about Clyde's one more time, that's going to be Wednesday, March 13th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. You may see yours truly in the building. My Wednesdays can be a little busy, but I think I'm going to try to slide through 301 Mission Boulevard, Baltimore, Maryland, 21230. GPSs have been updated, so you are able to get down there now without getting lost using your GPS. As I always say, we thank you for joining us. Make sure you tune in next Thursday at 2 p.m. for more up-to-the-minute information on opportunities that are happening here in Baltimore. If you're looking for that opportunity, we're looking for you. The Mayor's Office of Employment Development, with a focus on economic justice. We've built and we're maintaining a workforce system that really works. Thank you. See you next week.